For a sustainable community, everybody needs to be educated in some way. Girls need better healthcare and education. Too few aren't getting sufficient healthcare education to have a successful life and support their families.
I don't know about other girls, but ever since I was really young, my mom has been telling me to get good grades, stay in school, stay healthy, be a good athlete, and eventually go to college. I am glad she's been here to provide the support and opportunities I need to succeed in this growing world.
A child born to a mother who can read is 50% more likely to survive past the age of 5. Historically, girls have been discriminated against, and their education has been seen as low priority. Health and reproduction education specifically have been, and still are in some communities, seen as taboo because of religious beliefs. In our school, we're lucky that we are healthy, educated, determined girls and have loving and supportive mentors who are there when we need them. Unfortunately, this is not the case for every girl in the world. Millions of girls only go to school until 5th grade, if at all. Even those girls who have access to free public education until 12th grade, as we do in the United States, many lack suitable health education.
Without access to health education, girls encounter insurmountable threats to their health and security. For example, unwanted pregnancies, STDs, depression, domestic violence, drug addiction, malnutrition, and other factors that may lead girls to drop out of school altogether. Without education and a supportive community, girls can't become healthy, safe, and eventually economically independent as adults.
Healthcare education starts with a girl taking the initiative to inform her community. That's our goal.
250 million girls worldwide live in poverty. For many of these girls, they are considered women at age 12 and are already out of school.
And there was a child that I was working with who had started having real erratic behavior. She started noticing she was gaining weight. It was a child that was just usually well behaved, started just doing things like getting mad, one time threw a book at a teacher, just things that were just out of character for her. And when I ended up meeting with her and the principal, and I remember the principal asked her, he'd asked her, does she have any reason to believe that she might be pregnant? And because this had gone on for several months. And then later it came out that the mom, this girl had actually hid it from the mom, she hid it from all of her teachers and so forth, that the mom never even suspected she was pregnant, just thought she was gaining weight. As a time when girls, are hitting puberty, their bodies are changing, and the girl really, really hid it. And what happened is she ended up having to go into emergency. She ended up having, because she wasn't getting prenatal care, she ended up having to have an emergency cesarean as a result of that, because she hid it from everybody.
The U.S. is one of the wealthiest nations in the world, but even here, thousands of girls every year drop out of school because of unwanted pregnancies. In fact, the United States teen pregnancy rate is almost 3 times that of Germany and France, and over 4 times that of Netherlands. Here in California, 60% of girls aged 12 to 18 get pregnant.
What happens when girls get pregnant?
Teen pregnancy limits opportunity to get a college degree. We found out that of every 1,000 American teen girls, 42 gave birth, and out of those 42, 8 got a college degree. Teen pregnancy turns a door of opportunity into a window. In our search for sustainability in our communities, we visited Sarah Nathan, nurse at Clinica Alta Vista, a teen health clinic that deals with our youth.
In East Oakland, the Clinica Alta Vista is a teen health clinic that serves teenagers for free.
It's never too early to start talking about not only the changes that are happening in your body, the feelings that might come from the hormones that are surging in puberty, and also talking about the possibility of sex and the ways to protect yourself against STDs and birth control. So I know that not every school wants to engage in birth control talk in middle school, but I think that as early as it can be started, it is great. And especially in high school, it becomes essential to have a really honest and and broad conversation about the different methods of birth control that are out there, or at least providing students with where they can go to get that information if they're not comfortable receiving it at school.
Nationally, nonprofit organizations such as Girls Inc. are already affecting change in our country to empower and educate girls.
We are for the Girl X!
Internationally, the power of storytelling has proven effective to change people's mindsets. Radio and TV shows have changed the way girls and women view gender equality and reproductive health care.
In the US, only 2% of girls get their high school diploma after giving birth. This means that the other 98% are more likely not to be able to support their families. They are vulnerable to predators both sexual and physical. 2% or 1 out of every 50. We interviewed Olivia Williams, school administrator, a teen mom who got a scholarship.
It's very, very important for them to get a good education. Thinking more locally and nationally, I think it's also important to have an education. However, I don't think that education is the only way out for young women in the United States, and I also don't think that it ensures success, which is very unfortunate. But overall, it is absolutely imperative to get an education.
But if we work hard together to support free public adolescent health care, our communities will become sustainable. Locally, Berkeley High School has a teen health clinic within the school and a mandatory sex ed class in the 9th grade. For many, it makes a lasting impression.
Well, when I was in 9th grade at Berkeley High, we had a week-long course on sex ed, biology of sex, and safe sex. In fact, we had to make a chart. And we had to write down all the different contraceptives, how effective they were, how to use them, and where to get them. It was probably the best thing I ever learned because, almost 8 years later, I still have it.
3 years ago, the Girl Effect launched an international educational campaign, quote, to get powerful people to talk about girls, unquote. Its video and social networking tools show how if even 50 million adolescent girls who now live in poverty saw doctors regularly and stayed in school, they could help bring an end to the cycle. Girls plus Girl Champions equals something way bigger than all of us. Their solutions video has been viewed more than 3,500,000 times. We shared this video with our classmates and gained 47 more supporters to the campaign. Rwanda in East Africa, after recovering from the 1994 genocide, has made 1st to 8th grade education mandatory for both genders. In recent years, the government of Rwanda's 9-year basic education policy, implemented in 2010, contributed to an increase in the primary school completion rate from 52% in 2008 to 76% in 2010, a 24 percentage point increase. Still, due to cultural attitudes about gender equity, there is a 16 to 20% difference between male and female secondary education levels, but no legal restrictions for girls to attend school. We interviewed students from 2 schools, a co-ed and a girls-only boarding school in Rwanda. In both schools, sex education, violence reduction, and mental health are part of the school curriculum. Like Girls Inc., Partners in Health gives national scholarships to young women who want to learn at a high level, usually in elite private schools.
Says, from your perspectives, how does promoting girls in education support health communities? Health education has improved because girls have been educated about themselves, the environment they live in, which it has also been easy for the government because girls have been interacting with each other, and also they have been finding solutions to the problems they have in their health communities. They don't interact, girls only, they can also interact with the boys to find the solutions in their health communities. Thank you.
Bye. Au revoir.
We would like to start a tutoring/mentoring program for girls in public elementary schools. One possibility is the Rosa Parks Elementary School, which is in walking distance to ours. We could tutor younger students on school-related subjects, like technology. In some places, there are not enough after-school activities to keep kids off violent streets after school.
We
support
girls'
education.
What can we do?
We can change the world if we support girls.